Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. On today's video, we're taking our eBay and Musa TB25 turbocharger and we got some tools. We're going to be porting it out. And the reason why you want to port out a turbo is to make it more efficient with boost control. If you buy one of these eBay turbochargers that has an internal wastegate, you're probably going to overboost and have boosting issues. If you're trying to regulate about 5-6 pounds, you're going to be going 8 to 10, maybe 12, maybe 15 pounds. So we're going to try to open up the wastegate flap hole even more on this TB25 turbo, and we're going to try to get that boost control even better. Marker, this is all excessive, right? That is blocking flow going into the turbo. So we're going to try to clean that up, widen those angles a little bit, and we're going to try to make some grooves. I already did that previously, but we're going to try to make a little bit deeper groove for that airflow to travel into that wastegate flap right over there. And again, this is the wastegate flap. We did widen out this wastegate hole already quite a bit from what this turbo came in factory.
Alright, so the next step would be to bore out this hole here so it can regulate boost pressure evenly. So when we hit our boost target, let's say 5 or 8 pounds, it can kind of maintain that target. As you can see, the flap covers the whole thing perfectly, so we know where our guides are, pretty much the edges here. We're going to try to use the tools we bought and try to sand this out. Hopefully that works and it isn't going to give us any issues. As you can see, this one right here goes inside here perfectly. And we're just going to wiggle it around over here. Try to make these holes a little bit bigger. Be careful not to scratch the flap. But that's going to be the before right here. Let's see what we can do. A lot of material later. We're pretty much done at this point. Again, we're using these tools here. Some of these were a little bit too big to use, but that's my porting job right here. Definitely looks a little bit better than what it was. Opened up the edges here, if you can see that. Opened all that up.
But because we have new and improved tools, tungsten carbide burrs right over here, we got a die grinder or whatever this is called. We're going to be having a lot more tool power to make these things look a little bit better, bigger, and hopefully that's going to be able to disperse the excessive gases so our boost control is better. Also, right over here, this is the turbo manifold that connects to the engine head, and I'm going to show you the gasket and how much we can potentially remove from this manifold to improve flow. So if you thought the turbo hot side was a really big restriction, take a look at this. We have the factory catalytic converter exhaust manifold, and you can see how the factory gasket perfectly contours to the opening over here. And now let's take this and place it right over here on this eBay turbo manifold. Look at all that. So this is a huge restriction that's not allowing air to come out from the exhaust, and this is pretty thick, so we might, I don't know, we just might bore out quite a bit of this in order to improve the flow and the efficiency that everything is leaving the exhaust. You don't want too much back pressure in a turbo system. In a turbo system, you want as least amount of back pressure as possible. So actually, I'm a fan of the factory catalytic converter because there's just a lot of space here for the exhaust gases to leave and scavenge, whereas this manifold here, I don't know, it just seems like it's pretty restrictive, and not factoring in that exhaust downpipe, that's very restrictive. So yeah, that's just the drawback on one of these turbo kits from eBay that's not custom, and you're trying to fit it with AC and keeping all your amenities. GoPro, stop recording. So right over here, we marked everything we have to remove on both ends. So let's take this carbide burr set and give it a go, see how it does. This tool is pretty awesome. It's working pretty good, and as you can see, it took out the edges with no effort. Not perfect yet, but it's going to be much improved compared to what it was originally. Alright, we're just about done. I want to show you guys the progress. You can see we opened that up quite a bit on that edge where it was blocked. Let's take a look at the gasket here. Look at the bottom. Perfectly matched. That's going to flow much better and not restrict gases right out of the head. This is the downpipe. We actually etched a little bit more material right over here. Not too much, but that's going to help the wastegate flap open a little bit more. Just even the hair more may be able to help divert all the exhaust gases. And we kind of notched a little bit of this tap here because I wasn't sure if it was hitting from here. And obviously the insides here, guys, we poured matched that pretty aggressively here. So that wastegate flap over there is going to be trying to divert a lot more gases. So I have the downpipe over here with the secondary oxygen sensor bung. The problem here with this this housing, this portion right over here, that the factory 2 1/4 donut gasket that goes in to the factory catalytic converter, and it fits pretty good on a factory flange right there, definitely is undersized to fit onto this one. This one is 2.36 inches and this is 2.25 inches. The next biggest donut gasket is 2.5 inches. So the only solution to this is we're gonna burr out some of the outside housing here to make it a little bit smaller in order to be able to use the factory size donut gasket. So we're using our Harbor Freights die grinder here. So we're gonna burr it out with this thing and hopefully it works. and that way we can retain a good seal between this and the factory S pipe. So guys, this is about an hour's worth of work and a huge improvement that's going to happen in my Turbo Civic once. So pretty much halfway through the job, this thing was not getting barely any power. So pretty much halfway through, this thing lost all its power. Like even right now, that's a low RPM. Just to find out that because of the cold, that line inside, there's chunks of ice already from all the condensation going through this hose. So this hose is just filled with ice in it, ice water, and that's why we lost all the pressure on this tool here. But I still managed to get a really nice finish. Actually, when it slowed down, I was able to kind of fine tune it here and make it look nice and shiny, as you guys can see right over there. It looks good. We are actually able, let me move this, we are actually able to pop that in quite nicely here. So much better than it was. So guys, this is about an hour's worth of work and a huge improvement that's going to happen in my Turbo Civic once we turbocharge it again. The bits I bought, I just used one with a little bit of oil and it came out working great. Very, very aggressive, did the job, nothing broke. Highly suggested. I'll have the link in the description below. And I think in general, guys, when you're doing these kind of turbo kits, you're buying casted stuff, things are not going to port match, things are not going to gasket match, whatever you want to call it. And if you want to increase the airflow, the efficiency, this is something you definitely should consider doing. And again, I didn't do it in the beginning. I just did the wastegate flap because I didn't want boost problems. But looking back now and looking at the gaskets and how everything sits, there was a lot of improvements necessary. Anyway guys, I hope you found something useful in this video. Stick around for the turbo rebuild part 2, boosted bully part 2, and we'll see if we're gonna blow any more motors. Catch you guys later. Peace. GoPro, stop recording.